Hello and welcome. We're picking up where we left off last time, Terra Invicta, in our Humanity First run here, where we're basically planning to ignore the relationship between MC and alien hate. We are about, I believe... Oh, it's not this one. One of the other alien techs we can now start working on is going to tell us what the alien hate meter is. We're basically going to ignore the hate meter and do what we want. But yeah, Purify Earth, and then there's a couple other alien projects we're going to work with. Origins, Operations. We'll probably do Operations next, so we can try to hunt down an alien. And then Origin, I think, is about their base, and we'll need to do Flora at some point. So we'll probably keep one of our tech slots, one of our project slots, working on alien-related stuff. The other one will be working on ship and hab-related stuff, at least until we get the skunk works and we can get two slots going. Maybe depending upon how you're considering the meta in the game right now, I maybe don't have enough research. We're only playing about 923 per month, so about 30 a day. Although we're about to hit Mars, when we hit Mars, we're going to really have the ability to just crank science in space, if we can defend it at least. Working globals, working on orbitals. This is tier 2 in space. I think the tier 2, if we look in the tech tree, for on the planetary bodies is done. Yeah, settlement hams is done. I don't think we haven't done the settlement core project yet, so we still only have tier 1 cores for bases, for ground installations. But this will be really nice because it'll add 2 more new sectors to all our ground bases. But yeah, globals. I think we're at the point where we've got the globals we need. I might try to push for vapor. It's vapor. It's either vapor or gas core, which is also required vapor core. Fair enough. Because I'll probably do the usual light bulb drive tier 2 sized ships for the initial loadout here. Although we'll probably try to rush a size 1 out real quick so we can get the science bonus from the science and influence bonus from having the first ship. Yeah, is that Super Chronos? Might actually have Super Chronos. But yeah, we're gonna be arriving at Mars. We've got colonies outbound. We've got places on the way to the Lick, places on the way out to multiple different locations at Mars. I believe we've got like our first 8 or 9 Mars. I've got up to 15. I have a lot of Mars mines going out. A lot of mines going out. We've got mines going out to Ivar, Hungaria, and Eros, in addition to Mars and the Lick. Lick went out a little bit before Mars. We're probably going to sell one of the Luna bases. The other one's got a pretty good radioactives, and we'll probably try to hold on to it due to the radioactive consumption, or the production there. At least until we get to fusion, I think. Or until the aliens blow it up and someone else takes it. So yeah, at this point, we're back, popping down to Earth. There's maybe an argument, and I probably should do this. At some point, we're going to want a platform at Mars. In fact, probably going to want 2 platforms at Mars. Probably want one to do mirrors, one to do shipbuilding. And I've got enough boost, so let's get these going. So we want one in, say, low for mirrors and refueling in low. And I'm going to put one in low. Oh no, we've got one in low. We just put the one in low. Right. So we've got one in low. I'm going to do one in synchronous. We'll put one in synchronous. Where we'll build the ships. So we'll sort of descend from synchronous whenever the aliens show up to defend our positions. So yeah, just 2 habs. We're not necessarily going to do much on these. One of these is basically going to end up with a bunch of mirrors. The other one's going to end up with like 3 or so construction locations. So really, we're just building those because we don't have a construction module out there. And because of that, it's going to take however long it's going to take to get to Mars. So we'll do that, and we'll confirm that. We're working to expand the EU. This is one way for us to get more stuff, in particular more research from Earth. Mission control, research, that sort of stuff from Earth. We're at 52 of 52 as far as the EU is concerned. We are doing welfare to try to stabilize the EU as we continue to grow it. And we do want to continue to grow. We're up the mission control limit for the EU with what we've got at the moment. Yeah, a bunch of people that if we take control of them, so they'll say yes, we can federate, and then later unify with. Probably on cooldown here. 13 days before we do Slovakia. I can only control half of Latvia, so on and so forth. Okay. So we got missions assigned to our counselors. I think you have XP, but you're saving up. Oh no, you're ready to spend it. Okay, so we're going to grab admin on you. Unless I want to pick up criminal or government. And then there's a temptation to pick up criminal. What missions do you have? This is probably not the right one to pick criminal up on, though. This is our persuasion counselor. Most of the criminal orgs are really good for usually espionage, or just providing straight ops. Or sometimes admin. They're also really good for admin. They're not usually good for persuasion, which is why we don't really care about on the persuasion guy. Yeah, I think we'll grab admin on you. We'll go around to make sure they've all got their stuff. Pick up some of these, but most of the... Well, actually, 3 for 3 is not bad. Actually, you wouldn't be a bad target for that. And I'm looking at it. You're one of the old persuasions. Effectively, you're my persuasion in science, so at some point I probably want to stack a bunch of science on you. Probably want to move away from boost from orgs. But yeah, putting a little bit more persuasion on you wouldn't hurt. Okay, let's grab that. The influence is also nice. And there we are, been all the way around. Okay. So let's confirm our assignments, let some time pass, and move into the game. So there's Purify the Earth. We have been fighting back for some time now, doing all that we can to protect the human race from an invasion that shows no signs of slowing down. But playing defense indefinitely is not a long-term solution, especially when other factions on Earth want to throw in the towel. It's time to play offense before it's too late, and at last we've worked out exactly how we're going to do that. 400 point management. We've gained the executioners and a one-off payment of
aliens and their
influence.
human puppets must be destroyed, Colonel, by any means necessary.
There was a lot of disagreement on this one. Do we fight the aliens on Earth or in space? Do we focus on the aliens or on the collaborators? How can we get rid of these invaders for good? Without knowing more, there is no easy answers, but for now, this is our best guess. Investigate the alien abductions, figure out what the aliens are trying to accomplish by doing this, and figure out a way of sabotaging their plans, whatever they are. Acquire samples of aliens and their technology, analyze them for weaknesses, exploit those weaknesses that drives the aliens from Earth, and to make sure they don't come back. Easy to say, hard to do. One thing everyone agrees on, though, we want to make it damn sure that these aliens aren't coming back. Get rid of them, whatever it takes. So we've set the goal. Next we're going to go alien operation. We can track them down and purge them from wherever they might reside. And that gave us a council. Frankly, quite a good council. The Executioners. It grants whichever council you send it to, assault alien asset, purge, and assassinate. 5 ops a month, which late game is probably all you really need. More ops than I usually need. 5 espionage, 10 command, 3 admin, and 10 security. So it's going to be hard to kill the guy this is attached to. He's going to be really good at killing things. And it... Okay, it's only 3 admin, so it pays for itself in admin. So this probably wants to go on our espionage counselor or our commander, or command counselor. So not you, your persuasion. It would be reasonable here. It would bump espionage from 15 to 20. It'd bump command from 4 to 14. Would make increase in rest probably pretty reasonable on you. Would give us assault alien assets, which is a command mission. You already have purge and assassinate, but kicking espionage from 15 to 20 is going to make those much easier to do. This is our commander. It would actually overstack the commander. It would take the commander from 16 to 26, which is more than the cap. It wouldn't also give... we'll give them purge and assassinate, so give them 9 in espionage. It's probably a little bit low for assassinate. Not actually that bad for purge, depending on what you're trying to purge. But so those are the two choices where we're going to put it. We're going to put it on an officer here or our spy. I'm a little bit leaning right now towards the spy, just because we'd be overstacking command on the other one. Although the solution there, probably, if we're worried about overstacking command, is I pull the command off of one of the command orgs off and shove the command org on the other person. But yeah, from a mission standpoint, we get purge here. Purge and assassinate. So the assassinate is less important because we probably want them on a proper espionage counselor, but purge would be maybe interesting. Vice versa, here we get assault alien asset on someone who would have 14 command. So early on, that's more than enough. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to lean to probably put it on the person with Interpol, on our espionage counselor here. Although, actually, you were my investigate one, so we have another... Or are you... You're my investigator. Okay, so don't put it on the investigator, obviously. Put it on the espionage specialist. Yeah. Although, it would give assassinate here and assault alien asset here, which, again, wouldn't be a terrible choice. It's going to go on one of those three, let's say. We will at least wait until the next counselor action so we get the effects kicked in. Right now we're public campaigning in Poland so that we can
Things are cooling off.
throw the initiative out of there. We played the initiative last run of this.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
The people will come to our side.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
We've moved the needle.
Yeah, right now we're running a volatile deficit while everything's in transit. Although once things start arriving, that's going to go from negative to positive real fast. Molten heat sinks. We may want that at some point. I'm not going to say that as a favorite. Yeah, construction module. We need this if we're going to want to be able to build stuff in situ, but if anything, we really want not this, but its upgrade. We probably don't mind necessarily shipping tier 1s around, or if we're going to shipping tier 1s around, we're probably shipping it via ship, not by rocket anytime soon. Okay, so let's figure out which one we want to put it on. Yeah, I think for the moment I'm going to put it on our espionage counselor. We're going to have to kill an alien soon, and having 25 espionage for that it's just going to be good. There you go. Executioner's attached. And no interesting org that we can grab right now. Got no control in Taiwan or China. And I've already got one of those. Okay.
Ready for my mission.
Where to?
Okay, let's get you starting the crackdown. Oh, I'm misreading a 3 as a 9. I'm like, why is it saying 9 and 3 up? Because my eyesight apparently is not doing the best. Do the background over there. Okay. Yeah, that's affordable. We can do 32 influence to get an 82% success
Applying
chance.
pressure on their people. Acknowledged.
And if that's the case, we can send
Ready.
the Purger in as a follow-up. 32 base even before we're investing anything. Arguably means actually we're probably strong enough that we could just we could skip the crackdown, just go straight for the purge. But no, we're already paying for the crackdown. We'll do the double dice roll. And yeah, I think that should work. We now have executive control here. So one of these guys I think is paying money to do the public campaign.
Where do you need me?
Ready for orders.
Where do you need
Oh, I think that was the guy we took off to purge.
Reporting in.
Okay. Fair
Ready
enough.
to go.
So you're probably the other one
Your
that's
orders?
closest to doing that.
Where
We could
to?
potentially go after some of the xenofoliage. We're going to hold off on that. I am going to do a set national policy
Heading to the capital.
in EU so that we can do a federate, I believe, with Slovakia at this point. Unless we're still on cooldown there. 13th of April. Oh, I gotta wait until April. Being too quick about it. Never mind, go back to public campaigning. We'll be on the lookout in Germany. We've got a non-negotiation pact with Exodus, but if the servants slash the Protectorate drive them out of Germany, we'll definitely take a swings at them to take over Germany.
Making our case.
Then they can clean or cook or restock supplies. If they're eating my food, sleeping in my beds, and using my latrines, they'll damn well have to work for it. Chairman Soren van Wyk, during labor negotiations regarding diamond miners' families.
Yep. So, initiative completed biotech replaced with space commerce. Space commerce is probably something we're going to want at some point. Particularly probably for the commercial mining companies. If I remember which one that is. No, actually, you probably don't need that for quite a while, but yeah, at some point we might be tempted to try to grab that for spinning off a new org. I think that is a mining org in particular. It's Space Mine org. Yeah, not too concerned that they completed that. It's maybe not the most useful choice right now.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
The people will come to our side.
Crackdown successful.
Crackdown complete.
Solar mirror, we're going to want that. There's alien operations.
Colonel, the enemy is infiltrating our society, turning our people against us. We can trust no one.
Just what you want to hear from the extremist, right? We can trust no one. Meaning everyone's an enemy. Countries in which the aliens have been active are seeing rapid upswings in pro-alien and collaborative reviews. People of influence, politicians, celebrities, and media personalities are suddenly changing their views and agitating strongly for pro-alien policies. This process is frighteningly fast. People who oppose the new policies may be fired, imprisoned, or killed. Or they may have a sudden conversion. It's like watching the spread of a cult, except at 1,000 times faster. So, one available. Research the Alien Movements Project. In the meantime, I think we're going to keep that slot open, running on Xenology, some of the early Xenology techs.
We've removed some threats.
We've removed some threats, so we are now in Poland. First point in Poland. Again, we're probably going to basically focus on grabbing mission control and funding. So that we can bring as much mission control as possible. Our researchers and development team report that we're able to undertake the publicized the Alien Threat Project. May in fact do that. I think that's just a global one-off public opinion boost.
Standing by.
Ready for my mission.
And then we just crack down the next one, rinse and repeat.
Targeting their key people.
Your orders? Terminating the opposition.
Looks like we got to re-roll in the orgs here. This is maybe not the best example of a counselor to looking at which ones we can pick up right now, because this one only has one slot open. Although I don't think we're super interested in the ones that are being offered. We're interested in military science. In some degree we are, actually. DARPA wouldn't be too bad at that 50% military science. If we were richer, admin's always a good choice when you're rich. We're going to grab a little bit more admin. Which, as you see, is going to give us, in theory, more options, although, again, I don't think this person's going to spend any of them. With the current choice pool. Okay, confirmed assignment, letting more time pass. Next cycle, we should be able to do the Federation with Slovakia. There's alien movements. We are going to want that. I do want that over alien flora. Let's change that. Replace alien flora with alien movements. Because we're very rapidly moving to the point where we want our first specimen. Let's just say.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Public sentiment is increasingly with
There's
us.
the construction module. Solar Mirror is tempting, although it's expensive. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It's tempting even though it's expensive. Lots of very tempting options here. I think we've got the dock already, so I need a hull to put the ship on, right? So let's grab interplanetary warships. Yeah, let's grab interplanetary warships.
We have hurt them where it hurts.
Okay, crackdown successful in the second one. That'll quickly be followed up with the successful purge, probably. Okay, there's an alien in Djibouti.
Our people have taken control.
Our people have taken control. 2/3 Poland are under our control.
Ready. Cracking down.
Ready for my mission.
And we're up to 50, or 69% chance, even if the crackdown doesn't
Removing our
work.
enemies.
Where to? On my way to the capital.
Yep, there's Slovakia. So that confederation should go off without a hitch.
Reporting in.
Inequalities trending down, which is going to improve polarization in EU. So we're helping one of these public campaigners off to a different target. So I'm looking around the EU, looking for possible targets that are not controlled by non-aggression pact factions. I suppose there's a couple in the Balkans here. We can do Romania or Serbia or Greece pretty easily. Kosovo. Yeah, let's do Kosovo. Still looking at Germany. If Germany comes up
Making
as
our case.
again, it's close. It's just got the one Exodus point in there. Perfect time. It's letting some time pass. I'd appreciate if the resistance was not public campaigning in the EU, but that's not something that is foreboding if you have
Public
an non-aggression
opinion is
pact.
moving in our direction.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
They slipped away from us.
Okay, the crackdown failed. Does not mean the purge is
I will
guaranteed to fail.
report when my mission is complete.
Purge has got 70% chance of succeeding, even with everything else. Yeah, that's not a bad planet. Not worth necessarily sending a
Mission
place to
complete.
right away. Federate Slovakia, because they won't say no. Our mines produce more water. Always nice. Alien abductions reported. Russia.
We're in control here.
Here we are, full control of Poland. Executive control occurs in 120 days. In the meantime, we can start the shuffle to friendlyship with the rest of our guys. And try to rapidly build up the mission control. We actually got basically 4 mission control there to build, so we're not going to be super rushing to get it into the EU, because it's got mission control to build. And one-off things like mission control, because it always costs 25 investment points to make a mission control, you get more investment points from the same number of people, the more divided they are. So it's better off to keep your nations divided if you're trying to specifically focus down one-off payment things like mission control. The big three that you sometimes do that for is mission control, funding, and boost. We got enough boost, we're not worried about boost. And I'm not too worried about funding. And that's because the scaling on all of those is GDP to the power of 0.35, so they're not quite the square root, but it's actually it's worse than the square root power. It diminishing returns effectively kicks in pretty hard as you merge nations. So if you can pick those up before you merge them, then you get better return. Although that also plays into the rewards on things like welfare. So welfare is going to affect everyone in the country. So there's no real reason to delay or to necessitate delaying welfare and economy and stuff like that, because those affect everyone. Although those tend to be consistent across mergers, so you don't delay mergers for them, but you don't prioritize mergers for them, if that makes sense. Kosovo might be small enough I can just... Oh, doubly so if Kosovo's already cracked down.
At your service.
Ready to go. Targeting the opposition.
Where do you need
Okay,
me?
let's investigate alien activity.
Headed there
Taking
now.
the xenology research bonus.
Reporting in.
Anyway, here, funding mission control. I'm not too worried about stability. It's never going to get so unstable. In fact, here it's stable with green sleeve Poland on. So we can pull the public campaigner out. Yeah, we can see they're fighting back and forth over Germany. So until Exodus leaves there, it's not a rush. Could go Netherlands. Yeah, I could do Netherlands, but I think well, we're already picking on. Yeah, we're already picking on Exodus or on initiative here. So let's go after Greece.
Making our case.
Well, move the public campaign into Greece. We're probably going to take advantage of the crackdown places first. So we're basically going to do Kosovo, North Macedonia, Bulgaria if they leave those crackdown.
At your service. I will tell our story.
Thinking about it, okay, so that's probably why they're abandoning a bunch of places, is because they've moved into China. So we're going to kick them out of the EU, and they're going to happily move over into China, which isn't quite what we want, but we'll accept it. I got ways to dig people out of China if I need to. My experience at this point, I know enough about the game. I can get people out of the bigger states if I have to. It's not easy, but it's doable.
We've moved the needle.
We've moved the needle.
Recon complete.
Here is what we have found.
Okay, that's a xenology bonus.
Our associates are now in charge.
Here's our first point in Kosovo. Kosovo is not in the Federation yet. Basically, because it's not part of the EU, it doesn't have the ability to do mission control yet. It's not worth doing space program here. So we're just going to do funding until we can put it in the EU, which is, we need executive control locked down first. Although it'll be pretty quick to do one mission control. Kosovo only gets one. Okay, so there's our first ship. Minimum ship requirement tech. And I'm semi-incentivized just to rush the first one out. Do we go for grid drive? No, I should really go for settlement core next. Let's grab settlement core. I have ship construction, so we can check to make sure, or ship construction. So check to make sure we can actually get a ship. Trying to figure out which of these is probably the best. It's also like 1.4, 1.6, 1.6, 2.2, 2.4, so it's going to be that one. This is solid rocket because we haven't had time to get anything better with fuel cell, because again we haven't had time to get anything better. We're gonna have enough metals. We'll run aluminum fin. It's not very efficient. This is to build a ship to have a ship, sort of situation going on here. I don't need a heatsink. I don't need a battery. This is a gunship, so it doesn't actually have a hull slot. It does have a gun hole. And we'll have to pick some armor. Horn carbide the best on these. We're looking for weight per nose. Mass per nose 46, 35, 31, 31 silicon carbide. To be fair, that, if we're desperate enough, could probably actually do a transit and engage an alien ship from medium Earth orbit and low Earth orbit. It's not what it's going to do, but it could try. The stiletto here. This is a ship. We'll build one of these, probably. Like sufficient till defeat. Yeah, well, it's going nowhere. It's probably going to launch from the shipyard so we can get the bonus from having the first ship in space, and then probably get immediately obsoleted by later ships.
At your
Okay,
service.
so we've purged the first point in Kosovo, so purged the second point in Kosovo.
We're taking power.
I'm here.
So we're looking China, Russia, US of A, and Brazil. Let's boop the one in
You're up.
Russia. You can do a stabilized mission. It probably would warrant being done in the EU to
We
maximize
will
our
restore
returns.
peace to this nation.
Our cooldown to the EU is 19th of April next year. So it's going to be a while before we can do the unification. We haven't picked up a bunch of the text to make it faster. Oh, and you pulled out of the Federation, so I'm going to push you back in as well. And... have you already... oh, I got to wait 102 days. So 102 days we can add you to the Federation. Let's confirm some assignments and let some time pass.
We've all gaped in awe at those images of the Earth as seen from space. Beautiful, divine. But if you saw that same sight every time you looked out the window, wouldn't you grow to hate it? Director Khalid Al-Ashgar. Guest appearance on the Thinking Bigger podcast.
Okay, so resistance to finished orbitals replaced with the kinetics warfare doctrine, which I don't have a problem with. I'm on board. 40mm autocannon. We like that. 40mm autocannon's a very, very good point defense. We would also like to get to railguns at some point. So yeah, we'll tip our coin into that tip jar. Same thing with space commerce, so we're fine with there. Don't quite have the science, but we'll just sort of tip all the globals. I don't think we're going to control any of the slots right now. I got too many personal projects that need to get completed sooner rather than later.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Order is returning.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Yeah, quickest way to finish up the personal projects
LZ is
is
secure.
get more science.
We are in control now.
There we go. We're in control in Kosovo. Orders of the Protectorate have taken the second
Wrapping up
part of Kosovo. And we're going to focus on funding. Now that we have control of the executive, we can push you towards the EU. So we can get that cooldown going with the other cooldown. So 25th of August, assuming 105 days have passed, we can push Kosovo into the into the Federation with the EU. The moment we do that, we will be able to build mission control in Kosovo, effectively for the EU space program, and it'll be faster for Kosovo to build 25 development points of one mission control than to shove it in the EU. Although the EU is done with mission control, so it wouldn't be too bad to just shove it in if we didn't want to wait. Okay, Virgin the next spot. We knew Macedonia was
Removing our enemies.
cracked down.
Ready for orders.
Does anyone else have purge? So we can do this a
I'm
little bit
here.
faster.
Where to?
You have purge.
Standing by for orders.
You only got 6
Standing by
espionage,
for orders.
although 6 espionage is not terrible. Yeah, that's getting you an 87 on Bulgaria. We'll do
Removing
move a
our
little bit
enemies.
faster.
Reporting in. Taking it to them.
Two for 2 is not too bad, although this is our commander. Commander probably wants to do command, not persuasion. We're in the investigator. You could probably do it with more admin, but we don't have it yet. You're the persuader. You're actually admin capped, so you can't take it anyway. Although you're at the point where you can probably just start stacking persuasion, or no, we're gonna save you up for the senior science bonuses. The flat percentile bonuses here are real nice. If you're working that type of tech, and for a moment we're good enough with the persuasion as is. This would be another person we do persuasion on. I don't have... Or science, so I think was the other thing we were maybe leaning towards on this one. What I can do is I do want that org. We know we got to place, once we get one more admin point on that person, to put it. So what I can do is I can just pull it to the unassigned org pool so that we have it when we are ready for it. Or have that as a target for other people to be mean to us. We know that they are doing hostile actions against us. I think this is going well. I'm going to go for a slightly shorter part here because I need to take a short break. If you're watching on YouTube, sorry for the short episode. There'll be another one up tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and so on. We're going to record at least 5 parts tonight. If you're watching on Twitch, I wish you all, or if you're watching on Twitch, I'm going to take a short break to get up and stretch the legs, and I'll be back to record the next one. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.